Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about dandelions and use it as an analogy when you think about consistency. So I have been shooting for the consistency counts every single month, and I missed it last month. I had a big goose egg as far as my recruiting goes. And so I reflect a lot the last 2 days of what was different with last month or March than months prior, right? Because I hit 7 months. So what was different last month than the previous 7 months as far as my consistency goes? Hey, Kelly. So I was thinking about it, and it really comes down to last month, a lot of my sales came from VIPs, from doing a gel event, from doing a lot of things, and not really getting in front of a lot of new people. Also, when I look back to March I didn't have a crazy amount of new conversations with new people. So my number of amount of people that I need to get in front of was a lot lower in March than it was in April. So I forget sometimes, and I think that you guys probably do too, but what we do today really affects our business next month and the following month. So what we do in May is really going to have an effect on June and July and even August as far as parties goes, as far as recruiting goes, and as far as our sales go. So when I was thinking about my consistency, I was thinking about dandelions. We do not have dandelions here in Arizona. Like, I don't know if it's just too hot or the ground is too hard or what, but when I lived in Washington, we had a crazy amount of dandelions. Granted, it's a weed, and I know I'm referring to our business, and I'm relating it to a weed, so take that part out of your mind. But do you guys remember when you were a kid and you used to pick those dandelions before they bloomed yellow, and they had all the little tiny spore things on it? Right? And you pick them up and you would blow them and you'd make a wish. And all those little tiny spores would make new dandelions. And unless your parents or you had to weed your yard, you would have a ton of new dandelions. Or if the wind blew by, it blew all those little spores everywhere, planting all of those little seeds. If you don't make sure that you're picking those dandelions and, blowing the seeds out every single month, then it's going to be really hard to get those recruits. And if you're not getting in front of enough people, it's also going to be very hard. So consistency is huge. I find when I'm really working my business in all aspects, and I don't mean like I'm checking in on Facebook and I'm scrolling and I feel really busy. I mean, I'm having intentional conversations. It's so much easier to get people to those third-party tools and to get them to the next opportunity event and to have kind of a list of people that I'm actively working with. Does this all make sense? So if you pick all of your weeds and all of those recruits start and you're not consistently planting new ones, you're kind of in a weird spot, right? Where you have to start over. And starting over is never fun. So my thing that I really love to do is I love to use Excel or a list like I have on my whiteboard over there. I'll point at it. Right there, that right there. Those are some leads and prospects that I've been talking to, and I put their names there so I don't forget, and I look at them every single day. I also have been using Trello, so if you guys use Trello, let me see if I can pull it up. I use Trello, and I have like a recruiting board on Trello, and that recruiting, it's just called recruiting leads, and what that does is that helps me keep track of my recruiting pipeline. So it helps me keep track of everyone I've sent an opportunity packet to. It helps me keep track of everyone I've ever invited to a sneak peek. Helps me keep track of like people I might have met on LinkedIn. What else do I have here? People that I've invited to an in-person opportunity event. And then I can move people from one column to joined column. So if you're having a hard time keeping track of your numbers, Trello is a great way to do so. You can build columns, and those are like your funnel. So you take people from these are the people that you want to join, and you can start moving their cards over as you start asking them and inviting them to do things. Really, it got me thinking today because everything's blooming here. And I'm like, we don't have dandelions because there's no seeds. So if you're not recruiting and you don't have a team member under you right now, is it because you're not planting seeds? Maybe you're not asking. But you guys are awesome, and I really know that some of your goals are to not go back to your day job, or are to make extra money, or are to grow your business so that you have money to take your family on vacation. So I want to help you do that, and sometimes recruiting seems like the hard route to go, but it's the smarter route to go, since our company pays us 5 different ways, and 4 of the 5 ways are based on team, building a team. And sometimes, just like the ACEs video we did a couple weeks ago, you may not find people that want to build the business, and that's okay. You just have to keep looking and not be discouraged. So, talk to you guys soon.